I am so glad you're here in the Happy Place to Grow with me, Mrs. Davis, where we are working on our reading skills. Reading is an adventure, and once you crack the code of reading words in an easy and effective manner, well, the sky's the limit for you. So I'm glad we are just working through each lesson step by step. So, most recently, we have been working on beginning blends. Remember, in our last session, we were identifying a beginning sound, and then we discovered that letter R likes to sneak in after a beginning sound. They team up. You can hear both sounds. T, r. That was our job in the last session where we were tapping it out. But they flow so nicely and do such a great teamwork. And as we discovered in our last sessions, there are a lot of words, and we just touched the tip of the iceberg, that have these beginning blend sounds to them. So we split that lesson into 2 different sessions just to give ourselves a break. We want the practice, but we need to just kind of simplify it just a little bit if there's a lot of words to cover. And you did fabulous on that. Today, our goal is going to be reading. It's really important as we are progressing. We start with, the first thing, learning the alphabet. The second part of reading, we discover that the letters of the alphabet have sounds or a sound connected with them. And then we learn that the sounds can be put together to form words, and that we can identify those sounds and read words effectively. So as we go through expanding our knowledge on letters and letter sounds, when we encounter different words in our reading, we know exactly what to do. But today, we really want to focus on the fact that reading a word, having so much time that you've spent with those words, once you see them, you know them. And we've discovered that the more encounters you have with a word, the more successful you will be at reading it quickly. And I don't mean you're just going to try to race through your reading. This is when you see a word and your brain puts together so quickly that you know it automatically. So the goal today with Read It, we will read words automatically using letter sound knowledge. And we've practiced it, so we're going to be putting those letters and sounds together quickly. So our goal, I can read words quickly and correctly. And once we do that, reading is a joy, it's an adventure, it's a pleasure, and we learn a lot. Now, in my chart here, I've put all the blends. I stuck down here because there's not a lot of words with PR or FR, right? So I just put those together because this is very long of a list of blends with R. We've got, today we'll encounter words with BR, brr. I have to be careful. Sometimes I want to say bruh, bruh, cruh. I want to add a vowel sound. So I've got to clip that R sound. And that's kind of hard sometimes. Crr. DR, drr. GR, grr. PR, prr. NTR, trr. And then don't let me forget, which I almost did, FR, fr. So I'm going to flash you words that we've worked on. We tapped these out in our previous lesson. I'm going to flash it, give you a second to look at the word. At home, I can hear you. I know if you're reading, you know I can. I want you to read it, say it out loud. Now, if you first look at it and you can't read it, is that okay? Absolutely, it's okay. You can use your tapping out. That just means that that word's not automatic for you yet. You don't see it and recognize it in an instant. That's okay. That just means you need more time with that word, more practice, and eventually it's together and you've got it. Flash a word, give you a second or two to read it, then I will read it with you, and then we'll just put it in the chart. Now we want to practice, really have a good strong practice today because you know what's coming up next. Do, 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 do. Always have to read it is spell it. And again, the more encounters, the more we read it quickly. And of course, our spelling is going to be correct because we know the words and we know the sounds. Here we go. Word number 1. Giving you just a second to read it. Did you say trap? We've got T-R-T-R-A-P, trap. And I'm just going to sort it. We'll probably have a little, I'm going to tilt that because we're going to have a little bit of a squish out with these words. Ready for number 2? I'm wearing it. Let's read it together. Grin, which is a cute little smile. Grin. Next word. This one looks complicated, but it's not. It's a long one, but you know what to do with a CK. I know you do. This one is, let's read it together. Here we go. Brick. Brick. I'm gonna stick brick behind me. Let's keep going. Right. This word is grass. And I've seen lots of green grass. Green grass. Let's keep going. You're doing great. And remember, if you see a word and you're not quite sure, go ahead and tap it out. Or wait, and we'll practice together. This is where Y is I. Cry. Very good. My mama used to say, the old saying, don't cry over spilled milk. Well, you know I'm old. Okay, here's the next one. That's not a B, that's a D. I love that we're using short U. Let's read together. The word is drum. Drum, very good. We've got quite the collection. Let's keep going. Something families might do in the summer. Grill. You know, cooking on a hot grill, hamburgers, hot dogs. I'm getting hungry. You know, at first glance, if you were reading quickly, you might think, oh, that's girl. Because there are lots of letters they have in common. But remember, that's why we're thinking about beginning, middle, and end. And we're putting those together in sequence because lots of words share common letters and even sounds. But the order that the letters are in, the sequence, is going to determine the word and the sound. So that's why we're getting familiar with lots of words. Okay, let me put him down there. Something I want to do about you because you're doing so great. That's a B, not a D. Right, that's the word brag. I want to brag on your very excellent reading skills. I'm going to stick that under brick. Next, there's that short U again. TR. You know what's CK? All right, here we go. Let's do it together. Truck. Truck. The truck was carrying a big load. Keep going. There's that CK again. CR says cr and then ack. Crack. We're cracking the code on these words. Cry, crack. FR and then the Y says I. Right, fry. Fry rhymes with, oh yeah, fry rhymes with cry. I like that too, that I understand that words that have the same vowel and ending, in this case, the vowel sound is the end. Those are words that are going to rhyme. The beginning is different. The vowel and the end are the same. That creates a rhyme, which is a pattern you can pick up on. And again, that aids in that automaticity. Keep going. Next. Did you say drip? Drip, drop. The rain was falling. I didn't plan this, but look what's up next. They're alike in every way except the vowel's different. Do drip and drop rhyme? Did you say no? They don't. Why don't drip and drop rhyme? Ah, they don't have the same vowel. Drop has ah, drip has I, so therefore they don't rhyme, although they look alike. And they kind of could go in a little poem like drip, drop, the rain is falling. This one's a different word. You don't see that often. Did you say brim? Brim is the very top of something. So if you have a jug of water and it's all the way up to the brim, that means if you put any more, it's going to spill over up to the brim. Let's put that with brick, brag, and brim. My list is getting larger. Remember, there were a lot of words we covered. That's why we split our last session into twosies. Next one. There's 5 letters, but you know there's only 4 sounds. Yeah, trick. I'm thinking of Halloween, trick or treat. Trick. And look at truck and trick. 1 letter difference here. Next. That's a B. Did you say grab? Very good. Grab. Wow. There's lots of words in the gr pile. Let's keep going. I love this one too. Beginning sound. This is the next sound. These beginning blend. And then I. Dry. I want to stay dry when it rains. And dry, fry, and cry run because they all say I. Drum, drip, drop, dry. Sounds like a poem. Drum, drip, drop, dry. Tongue twister. We've got a few more. You're doing great. Practice makes permanent. Don't be this. Don't be a crab. If somebody says if you're grouchy, you're acting crabby. I don't know where they got that from because is a crab crabby? I don't know. Let's do a few more. I wanted to get to this one because there's only one word in our collection that has this beginning blend. Did you say press? If you mash something really hard, you're going to press on it. You're going to press the button. That's a push, right? Press. Not too many in that collection. Let's do 2 more. We've worked really hard. Another rhyme. This one is try. Very good. Try, fry, cry, and dry. They rhyme. And that helps us. Let's see here. Let's do this last one. Brat. They say if you're acting real sassy, you're acting like a brat. That's kind of an old-timey word for you're not having a nice personality day. You're kind of fussing and whining and being, your words are kind of sharp. And I know none of you act like that. And I don't either. Look at our collection. And we did fabulous. I want to brag on our work. We've gotten more familiar with our blends. We're working on our automaticity. That means seeing words and reading them, but it's not a race. You know, when we encourage kids to read quickly, it's really not what it sounds like. We don't need to encourage you to read quickly. We need to help you practice these words and encounter them more often, recognizing patterns and rhymes so that you quickly recognize words and that flow is just your pace because you have the words right here already stored up. All right, readers. Next session, I want you to be here with your pencil, your clipboard. I've got my marker already ready because it's time to spell. We know how important spelling and how it is, even though nowadays you could just type it in and get correct spelling. Sometimes it doesn't correct what you want, but technology, you know. But it's really great to understand how spelling and reading go together. And as we learn letters and sounds and how they sequence, our spelling improves. And I love to improve my skills, and I know you do. All right, until our next time together, as always, keep practicing, and I'll see you real soon.